Heard a loud noise and then seen a big black puff of black smoke, so stopped to check it out. Well, the engine sounds fine. I'm not sure what happened to the car, but so tires look good. So what's going on with the car? Well, the brake's not on. Oh, crap. It's in gear. Oh, God. See what that... I don't know what happened now. Oh, jeez. Well, I don't even want to look any further, but that is not going to be good. I left it in gear. Shoot. We have arrived at our campground, and our camping spot's actually on a hill here. So we pulled up all the way up around the corner here to disconnect the car, backed it in here, parked the motorhome, and then another couple came out and they helped us push the car back around and get it back down to here. So now it is ready to check out. We need to see what the real damage is here. So I took off the cover for the manifold there, and just looking in here, got a bunch of something there. Looks like water. I don't know what's going on with the side there, so we need to crawl under there and take a look and see if we can see what's going on. Well, there's a big hole in the side of the engine right there. And if that wasn't a for sure thing, how about this one? Yeah, that's the engine. Big old hole in the bottom here. And that piston is missing the connecting rod. It blew that rod right off there. Went out the bottom of the engine. So I would say that is definitely toast. Hey everyone, this is David from Tigner Adventures, and today's a sad day. Really kind of a depressing day. It has been a hard day. One stupid mistake can cost you a lot of money. We have been full-time living in our RVs now for this is our 8th year, and we have been flat towing our car here for at least the last 7 years now. We have flat towed it for over how many miles now? Let's see. Almost 60,000, a little over 60,000 miles. We have been flat towing our car. It's a Hyundai Santa Fe. It's a 2001, so it is 23 years old. My math's horrible at this point, and I'm not thinking really straight, I don't think. But anyway, it's got 253,000 miles on it, and definitely could have went a lot further. I think if you just maintain vehicles, you can get a lot of use out of them, and if you don't do stupid things like this. So it is confirmed that I have blown the engine on this, and in talking to my brother-in-law a little bit today as we traveled, he said most likely I ruined the transmission also. So the motor and transmission on this car is toast. And I was telling Ninette that she's actually a lot more upbeat about this today than I am. So I am just so tired of all the issues that I've had lately that I've had to repair, and getting a new motorhome, and we've just been in high gear trying to get everything done on this motorhome. I've just been spending months working on this, and I knew that was going to be the issue when we bought it, but we got a great deal, and we thought, well, this is the time to do it. But boy, it has taken a toll, and it's been tough on me as far as having to do all the mechanical type work. So anyway, with that said, looks like I got another job. So this car is a nice car. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles of a new one, but I've looked at upgrading before, and they want $5,000-$6,000 for the same as what I already have. We bought this one brand new. I have done all the work on it. I know what kind of condition it is. Everything's been replaced, and actually, to be honest with you, everything's got pretty much a 100% lifetime warranty through AutoZone. So they did not come out ahead on this deal. I have replaced a ton of things on here over and over again. So it's been a good car, and I've just been kicking myself today because I took a good car and I ruined it. So you cannot flat tow a vehicle with it in gear. And I had been so careful not to have it in gear when, I'm going through my little list of things. Now, there's only 3 things I've got to do. I've got to take the brake off, take it out of gear, and turn the key to accessory mode so that it doesn't lock the steering. So those are the only 3 things, and I've thought, Ninette's been after me before, to say, hey, you need to have a checklist. And I probably do need to have a checklist, because what happened was that we pulled out and I started hooking the car up. Ninette pulled up behind us because that's how she always does it. And I hook up the car for flat towing. So I get it all hooked up, and then as she gets out, she always tells me, make sure you take the brake off, because we had one time before where I left the brake on. But we were with Beulah. Beulah is our gas RV that we just moved out of. And when I tried to drive, it was really lugged down. I thought, man, what is going on? And then I noticed that I was dragging my back wheels of the car. So I stopped and got out and took the brake off. And what had happened is we were staying at my cousin's place, and I had got through the process just like we did on this one today. I got it all hooked up, and then she came out to say goodbye, and so now I'm interrupted. As an RVer, you should never, ever interrupt anybody when they are leaving the park. You say all your goodbyes way before that time frame, because these kinds of things is what happens. So anyway, she came out and said goodbye and everything, and then I forgot what I was doing, and I forgot to take the brake off. Not a major deal. We resolved the issue and we went on our way. And that's probably been, 6 years ago, probably. One of the issues that a number of people run into when they have diesel pushers is these diesel pushers, they don't care. They don't care if you had the brakes on, you had a 1,000-pound weight laying on the ground. It'll pull it. It just goes. Still kind of a little anxious about this whole setup, but anyway, so back to the checklist. So it's so important that you have a checklist, and I've got to instigate that, because what happened was that I got it all hooked up. I went to come in, and they were talking to Ninette saying goodbye, and so I went over there and was talking for a few minutes to say goodbye. And I was in the back of my head, it's like, I got to get in and do the right stuff in here. And so then it was like, okay, but about that time, another RVer pulled up behind us. They were getting ready to leave too, and we were blocking the road. So I thought, shoot. So I ran around the car, opened the door, said, got to take the brake off. I took the brake off. I thought it was out of gear, but it wasn't. And so I always take it and shake it because it's a manual transmission, and you can always tell when it's in neutral. It's always got to be in neutral. Well, I didn't do that, apparently, because it was still in first gear. And I put it in accessory mode, so I did those 2 steps fine, but I forgot the most expensive step because if I blew a tire, oh wow, that's a couple $100. But as you can see, I've got a major problem now. I got an engine and a transmission. This is going to be darn expensive. So I got to go check and see, but I don't even know if I can get the parts, you know, so that's the problem. I don't know what I would use for a car. This is my shed, as you can tell. I got our bikes back here. I got my tools. I got everything. So at this point, I mean, all we did today after that happened was just, I took it out of gear and got back in the rig and just drove. And, you know, it's been a bad driving day because, I mean, it pulls just fine. So we're just going to pull it around right now until I can work out the issues. And then we'll work on resolving that problem. And new day. Hopefully things go better today. I decided to go out here and start looking around to see how much it would cost to get a new engine. Again, our car is 23 years old, but it is a good car and it's in good shape. Everything's in good shape. The motor would have lasted for another 100,000 miles if I wouldn't have been so stupid. So I found this one here, Quality Used Engines. This looks pretty good because it's free shipping, but who knows what. Oh, it even has a 5-year warranty. So I'm going to go ahead and put my information in here and see if I can't get a quote from these guys. So 2001 Hyundai Santa Fe, and we want an engine. It's 2.4 liter, and our email. So we're gonna get a quote. So at this point, we'll just wait for that to come back. See what kind of pricing we can get on an engine, and then I'm going to fill this out for a transmission also. Things are looking up a little bit. So I did get a quote back from that company. They said they do have an engine in stock here, and so it's $1,584, a lot cheaper than a car, and it's free shipping. So I did call them to verify everything about it, and I was hoping I could just, we're by Seattle, I was hoping it was here, but they're back in Wisconsin, so that ain't gonna work too well. So anyway, they're shipping it out. So we're gonna ship this out to some friends of ours that's in Long Beach, Washington, and I'm just gonna replace the engine myself. So along the lines of that same thing with the transmission, they do not have a transmission, however. So I found a transmission, but the transmission's in New Mexico. So when you're dealing with 2001 era of a vehicle, you know, you gotta, the parts aren't gonna be necessarily right where you want them. It'd be nice if they were all at AutoZone down the street, but it's not that way. So anyway, they are shipping that transmission. Unfortunately, that one, the transmission is only $350, but they're charging $350 to ship it. So, and it has to be shipped to one of their stores, not to a home address. So that's a bummer. So I had to redo our trip just a little bit, but they happen to have a store here in Washington. They have 2 or 3 of them here in Washington, and so I'm having it shipped to one of the locations just south of Olympia, Washington. So we're gonna pick it up there. There's 1,000 trails down there, so we'll stay the night before we head over to our friends. And so that'll work out good too. So I hope we've eliminated our bad juju, you know, and we're moving forward because these things have kind of fallen into place. And so I'm thinking this is going to work out pretty good. It wasn't that I was necessarily not paying attention. I thought I took it out of gear, but I didn't get in. I normally get in the car, sit down, push the clutch in, and play around with the shifter, and I didn't do that. That's one thing I'm just going to look back on this. I just reached in, and I thought I had pulled it out of gear and stuff, and I apparently didn't. So anyway, that's all done. Nothing we can do about it. I have to say that Ninette has been very, very supportive. And I think it's important that we report not all of our good things that we've been doing, because we have had a lot of good things over the last 8 years. Very few bad things have happened to us. I probably should knock on wood. So we have been fairly lucky, but I think it's just being, taking that extra time for attention to detail. If we can have the attention to detail before we start and things like that, especially now that we have this big diesel pusher, it doesn't affect, it goes down the road a lot better. And, Ninette was saying, we got to look at all the good things, that happened to us. I mean, for one thing, it wasn't the diesel engine that blew up. That would have really been the end of all of this. So there's good parts to, there's lots of good things that are happening in our lives besides, just a bad deal. And I know everyone has bad days, and boy, yesterday was miserable, but it's nice that it's gone and we can move on. And we need to always be looking and trying to be upbeat as much as possible. So we've always tried to be upbeat about everything. Try not to stress over different things, because it's only money, and maybe, if we didn't have the money in our emergency fund, we would have had to, go and, hang out in an area for a while or get a job or something, just to build up some funds. But we do have that. This will end up costing us just a little over $2,000. So, and the fact that I can do the work myself, because my brother, he had the engine replaced in his car, engine by itself only, and it cost him over $5,000 just to get the engine replaced. So I can just imagine how much this would cost if I was to have someone else do it. So it's nice to have the skills to be able to do it myself. So there's that silver lining in the cloud kind of thing also. So my motto has always been, if it's cheaper to keep fixing the car and cheaper than paying a big car payment, then why not just keep what you got and keep it going. So it's been a good car all these years, and we're just going to keep staying with it. It's a nice little storage shed for all our stuff. It tows really nice. So anyway, so you guys take care. If you're going to flat tow, make a list and pay attention every time you hook up your vehicle to all the details that needs to be done to make sure that you have a safe towing experience. If you're not paying attention to the way you do things, you're going to have some problems. So just do that. That's my, suggestion there, and hope everything goes well for you guys. I don't wish this issue on anybody. So please take care of yourselves, and we'll just plan on seeing you down the road somewhere or on our next video. So you guys take care.